Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shawn Pourgol. I'm an osteopath and today I wish to speak with you about the $1 million osteopathic club that I founded. But first of all, I want to give my thanks to God. Thank you, God, for allowing me to see this beautiful fog one more time in Spain. It's beautiful. There is a mountain there behind me, but you don't see it. I love fog and I am so grateful. I came to do the video here so you can see the mountain, but maybe another day. You don't see it because of the fog, but still it's a beautiful sight to behold. I'm grateful to God to give me that opportunity. Okay. The $1 Million Osteopathy Club that I founded is a club for my students. It's an exclusive club. Just a small number of my students belong to it. This is for manual osteopaths who own a clinic that makes $500,000 or more per year. The worth of a clinic is measured by how much it makes in gross income multiplied by 2. So if a clinic makes $500,000 or more per year, they call that $1 million clinic. I already gave 5 videos. You can find them at the National Academy of Osteopathy YouTube channels. I went into detail about what the different categories are, how my students achieved $1 million osteopathy club, and I gave examples of who of some of the members of this club. This video, you can watch that if you you go to YouTube channel and search for National Academy of Osteopathy. You will see those videos there. But this video, I want to give you a summary of basically how my students achieved this. You might wonder why it is important for manual osteopaths to become financially well. My goal in life is to ensure every town with a population of 100,000 people has at least one manual osteopath in it, because manual osteopaths do wonders in treating chronic pain. And I believe every town, everywhere, every person deserves to have access to manual osteopathic care. To do that, I have to entice people to study manual osteopathy. And if they see that by studying manual osteopathy they will have a financially rewarding career, then we get more people study osteopathy, and that's how the profession grows. And that has worked beautifully for us. We now have students in 72 countries. My clinic, Osteopathic Chronic Pain Clinics of Canada, that I founded in 2017, now has 346 clinics in 33 countries. They are all its manual osteopaths are NAO graduates of National Academy of Osteopathy. They took a fellowship program in chronic pain management that we offer at National Academy of Osteopathy. And this is how we bring the profession to places never had a manual osteopath before, like Bermuda. All 100% of manual osteopaths there are my students. Tanzania, island of Macau, and so many other places. In Canada, most manual osteopaths in English-speaking Canadian provinces are my students. This is how we expand the profession. So it is important for me to ensure my students are financially successful. To this end, I teach them over 250 business management lectures. I teach them everything I know about business, and that's how they become successful. And that's the reason my students have annual income of $150,000 per year in gross income, which is $60,000 more than what other manual osteopaths make. That is amazing, and that is exactly because of my business lectures. I'm very proud of myself for that, and I'm proud of my students for following these tips to become successful. But even better than that, some of my students go higher. Oh, they bring so much joy to my life. They become osteopathy millionaires. They own $1 million osteopathy clubs, and that makes me so happy. They have perseverance, they dream big, they take action, and they reap the rewards of a financially successful practice. to that end, they have, first of all, to have a fully booked busy clinic. You cannot have $1 million clinic if you don't have a fully booked practice. And I dedicated many lectures to that topic for my students to ensure they have fully booked practices. That's why while other health professionals usually take 5 years to have established clinic, my students within weeks to months, most of them have fully booked practices. But once that is done, then there are 3 different type of approaches you can have to own $1 million osteopathic clinic. One is to follow what most others do in achieving that, to establish protocols, things that others do to become successful, wealthy manual osteopaths. In the NAO YouTube videos, I gave you example of that. For example, the number 1 most popular way is by charging high fees. If you charge $300 per hour, you will have $1 million clinic if you're fully booked. I give you examples of my students in Los Angeles. Tanya Seagrave, she's a massage therapist and osteopathic manual practitioner. Gave you example of Dr. Thomas Andrew in Bermuda. He's also a massage therapist and osteopath. I gave you example of Kenny Wong, a physiotherapist and osteopath in Malaysia, who's charging $400, and they all achieved $1 million osteopathic clinic by charging high fees. That is my number 1 most favorite way of owning a $1 million osteopathic clinic, and that's what people do. Other ways, I give you example in my previous videos about forming a osteopathy associates group practice, hiring a bunch of manual osteopaths and letting them work for you, and you get a percentage of their salary. I gave you example of Dr. Matt Gibbons, president of Osteopathic and Naturopathic Association of Newfoundland and Labrador in Canada, who now owns a $1 million osteopathic clinic in Canada. Then I gave you the example of the second most popular way for our students to have $1 million osteopathic clinic by owning a multidisciplinary clinic. I gave you example of Dr. Ali Haqiqi in town of Holland Landings near Newmarket in Ontario, who has 16 people working for him, including 3 NAO graduates who provide manual osteopathy in his clinic. By the way, he hired them in August or September because after COVID-19, the demand for manual osteopathic services risen up a lot because people are cooped inside, they eat more, they don't have physical activity, and the incidence of chronic pain has gone up a lot. These are the established, tried and true ways to own a $1 million osteopathic clinic. Then we have others who do lateral thinking. I teach a lot about lateral thinking to my students for them to be able to think outside of the box. And for example, excuse me, Marisa Cornacchio, she's a registered nurse and manual osteopath. She combined marijuana, cannabis into osteopathy practice, and it's very hard, very rare to get a license to have a medical marijuana and cannabis clinic, but she got it, and she hired some NAO graduates to work there, and clients who want to receive medical marijuana prescription-wise, they have to see the manual osteopathic care for chronic pain, because most of them are chronic pain patients, and that's a win-win situation for everyone. That's a unique way. I never heard anybody, any marijuana and cannabis clinic offering manual osteopathic care, and Marisa done that. I say bravo to her. I'm like, wow, I love her for that. I love students like that. It's just like, wow, blows my mind away. That's true lateral thinking. Amazing. Then I have Dr. Lisa Eggbooga. She was chosen by a Toronto Star newspaper, the largest Canadian newspaper, as the #1 manual osteopath in Toronto in 2019. She's a chiropractor and manual osteopath. She charges $275 an hour. She has NAU graduates working for her. She has a clinic in Toronto downtown, and she did something unique, and that is to create a line of luxury orthopedic shoes for the wealthy, for Hollywood actors. She treats tons of Hollywood actors. I put on my Facebook photos of her with Nicole Kidman and so many others that she treated. So that is a unique way of many people, many manual osteopaths and others sell orthopedic shoes, but she created her own high heel and otherwise beautiful shoes. That is lateral thinking. That is something amazing, and she has created that. We call her Dr. Lisa Eggbooga. We call her manual osteopath to the stars. So, and then you have others like Dr. Randy Nagir in Trinidad and Tobago. He studied the Doctor of Osteopathy at National University of Medical Sciences in Spain. This university I founded in 2010, and he is in Trinidad and Tobago. He has 2 clinics there. He was a pastor before, and he was also working as a naturopath, and now he's offering osteopathy. As you know, osteopathy does wonders in treating chronic pain, and because there's no other osteopath there and he provided good services, he got the market in manual osteopathy. So he got fully booked practices because of that, and he was able to own a $1 million osteopathy clinic because basically there was nobody else. So that's another way, because there are not so many manual osteopaths in the world. If you are in a location, there is no other one, and people anywhere in the world, they suffer from chronic pain, then you are almost automatically guaranteed to have a busy practice. These are the major ways my students become owners of $1 million osteopathy clinics. Some of them are wise and save this money the way I taught them in different investments. They know how to do protect their money. I teach them a lot about asset protection and investment, and they in a matter of years they become millionaires. A millionaire is, while it's not that easy to become a millionaire, but it's doable when you have $1 million in assets, cash, home, whatever else. You are considered a millionaire, and it's easier than you think to achieve that. It's not so easy. You have to get off your gluteus maximus and do work and take actions and do a lot of things right for a long time, but it is doable, and once you achieve that, then you can do so much. You help your country, you help your family, you help yourself. You can enjoy life the way it was meant to enjoy. Like oh, the fog is kind of going away. I don't know if you can see. You can see the mountain in the back or not. Still there are some fogs. Look at it. You hear the birds. Palm trees, cacti. Life is beautiful. God is great for giving us this beautiful world, abundant life. You just have to go and get your share. That's what you have to do. Don't sit on your bum. Go and take action and get your share. Study osteopathy, help people create a beautiful life for yourself, and secure your future. Osteopathy, one of those professions, with COVID, without COVID, it always is in demand as long as there is chronic pain in the world, which is always. And no other professions they can treat chronic pain the way manual osteopaths do. That is why they are always in demand any country they go. Anyway, I always am told that my videos are too long and I want to make them 5 minutes, but I love speaking to you. I know, even in my lectures, I always have my staff coming and tell me, Dr. Pourgol, like this, enough. Do it in graduation day too. My staff always have to tell me to stop talking. But I love this life. I want all of you to have this beautiful life for yourself, to see all this beauty and to have a wonderful life. It is there for you to take. I was homeless. I slept in shelters. I made $3.75 an hour washing dishes in Canada, 35 years ago. And now I have a beautiful life. It is doable if you just know how to do this. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you a happy, healthy, wealthy day. God bless. Namaste.